Has it really been a year already? Time really flies when you're having fun. I mean, I'm having fun. I hope you are. Hello there, I'm Simon. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is, well, the channel. Because it's been a year. I have been doing this for a year now. I can't quite believe it. So about a year ago, I sat down and decided I'm finally gonna do this. I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for a while, and I thought, well, I think I could actually do this. And then lockdown came around and I had some time, and I decided, let's just do it. Let's just give it a try. And here we are. It wasn't perfect. Not at all. It was, in the beginning, it was actually pretty bad. My first video was a Harry Potter theory, which, side note, I'm not planning on doing any Harry Potter videos anytime soon. Because, well, rolling. So, enough said. Hashtag support the fandom, not the franchise. Anyway, so that was my first video, and I was still searching how I was gonna script things, if I was gonna script things, and like how to film things. It wasn't great in the beginning, which is normal. But I like to think that it has gotten a lot better. Like these days I properly script things. Well, not this video, but most of my videos I properly script. I found a way to film it properly. My mise en scène, as they call it, I think. The way I bring things into frame, I guess, has gotten so much better. Especially the way I edit things. My first video didn't have any illustration, because I guess I didn't really know how to do that. And I didn't really know it was necessary. So then that was commented on, and they said I had to do that. The next video was the Blackadder video, in which I did include some scenes. That got copyright struck immediately, which doesn't really hurt me because none of this is monetized anyway. But yeah, it did tell me, maybe don't do this. So since then I have been using still frames, just pictures. And that's been alright ever since. I'm still not monetized, but it's not why I'm doing this anyway. Like, it would be awesome to at some point get to the point where I can get paid for doing this, where I can do this for a living even. But I'm a long way from that, and I don't consider that really the goal. Like, as long as people are enjoying my content, as long as I am enjoying making it, that's good enough for me. Also, just making these videos is just a really awesome experience and learning experience as well, because I get to learn partially about the topics that I'm talking about. Like the history of D&D, I didn't know all that much about, and now I know a lot more about it. But also just making videos, putting things into frame, making things look good, editing videos. I have learned so much. So that's just awesome about doing this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing it for a bit. I've never really thought about how long I'm gonna do this, or when I'm gonna stop doing it maybe. I did want to do it for at least a year, but I wasn't thinking like after that year I might stop. I just wanted it to be at least a year, which it is now. So how long am I gonna keep doing this? Well, we'll see. There might well be a point when I just don't have the time to do it properly as I want to do it. Or there might be a point when I'm just not enjoying it anymore, or people are not enjoying it anymore, but until then, I see no reason to stop. There might be a point that when I run out of topics, but to be honest, when I started it, I already had, like within the first month, I had like a full 2 pages in Word of topics to talk about. And at this point, I have even more. So I don't think I'm running out anytime soon. Also, I am now at 89 subscribers as I film this, which is pretty awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope I won't let you down. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping to get to 100 within the first year. But 89 is so close, I'm considering that a win. Frankly, I don't quite remember how many I had when I made that first video. I had more than 0. I had a couple of subscribers. Reason being, before I started doing this, I had a couple of videos up doing some very, very bad magic tricks. Well, the tricks were good. My performance of them was absolutely terrible, which is why I unlisted them. People don't need to see that anymore. But yeah, basically I used to call myself a magician. I don't call myself that anymore because I don't really perform ever, but I do know a lot about it. So I consider myself just someone who knows a bunch of magic. The term I like to use is an academic magician. So someone who doesn't perform magic pretty much ever, but who does like to learn about it. So yeah, that's me. Which is why I did have a couple of videos in the early days of this channel doing some magic tricks. But they're way too bad to keep on. So you're probably never gonna see that. Also, in the early days of the channel, in those magic days, this used to be my personal channel, which is why it had my own real name. But that wasn't exactly channel-y. It was more of a personal thing than it was a channel thing. It was like, hey, this is some guy who also happens to make videos. And while it is also that, I wanted it to also get a channel vibe with like a proper logo, proper channel layout, proper title. Which is why at first I changed it to Simon a Nerd, which frankly isn't that much better. But it was the best I could think of then. And it was an okay name. Problem is, it wasn't the only channel called that. I learned later that there were in fact like 3 or 4 other channels called pretty much exactly that. So I spent some time workshopping, brainstorming a better name, trying to maybe use like ancient languages or folklore or stuff like that to figure out a better name for this channel. And most of the things I could think of at first were either not good or were already out there. But then I thought of the name Nerdycopia, which frankly sounds awesome. And I also learned wasn't out there yet. Because why would it be? Who would think of that? Me. So I called it that, and yeah. The name is actually derived from the word cornucopia. I believe, according to mythology, it was the horn of Amalthea, who was like the goat who fed Zeus when he was a kid. And for whatever reason, it just started sprouting like riches and luxurious dinners for some reason, and treasures and such. So the Horn of Plenty. And I thought, well, that's a good name because this channel is about a lot of very different nerdy topics, right? Or that's the goal at least. So something with cornucopia would be pretty perfect. But since the channel isn't actually a corner or a horn, I can just replace corner with nerd, and voila! That's the history behind the channel name. So the goal of the channel is to make videos about a variety of nerdy topics. So if there is a topic that you want me to cover, please let me know. Now, I did say last week that I was gonna do a bit of a Q&A, right? So let's get to that. I haven't gotten a lot of questions, which frankly I kind of expected. Unfortunately, I don't get a lot of audience interaction, which is fair. My videos are not super interactive. It's always nice to learn like what people think of it though. It's always nice to hear if people like it or if they don't, what they don't like. I do sometimes get like hate comments. I haven't gotten a lot. One was on the history of Hakkodenshin Ryu video. Was a guy saying, yeah, this isn't good, this is a ripoff. And then a follow-up comment saying, I hope this is your last bit of YouTube, because this is bleep. And I just deleted that because I get the impression you just had a bad experience with it. And that's just not a reason to go hating on people. Like, if you're gonna be a bleep about it, no. Another one was one I did allow. I'm guessing it was 14-year-old boy, just a guess, purely based on stereotypes. Was just someone who said, "You suck." Which, frankly, what am I supposed to do with that? That's not feedback, that's just you hating. So, I may have done a call Smallwood on that and said, thank you! And they replied with another comment, hating a little bit more, using a word that doesn't exist. I'm sorry, that was just way too funny. Like, if there's stuff about what I'm doing that you don't like, either click away and don't watch, or give constructive feedback. This was doing neither. This was just hating. Like, if you're just gonna try to drag people down, I have the right to make fun of you. Like, come on. That's fair. Also, like, this was a person on the internet that I don't know just insulting me. And giving no justification or reasoning or argumentation for why I suck, or any advice or tips about how to not suck. So, what makes you think that I care at all about that? Also, the irony of him going, "You suck," calling me a brat. Like, come on. I can't take that seriously. Anyway, it's about time that I get to the actual Q&A. As I said, I didn't get a lot of questions, but I did get a couple. Which does make me feel happy, because all of them, all two of them, come from people that I don't actually know personally. They're not like real life friends I've met. And the fact that they express that they like my videos and that they ask questions, that tells me that these videos, making this content, is reaching people and is doing something. It means something to people. I didn't really have any doubts to stop, but now I have even less. Anyway, thank you for the questions. Let's actually answer them. So, someone called Eponym asks, "Hey Simon, don't know whether this is too personal of a topic or not, but in one of your videos you mentioned how you're preparing yourself for enrolling in college again. You previously studied history, right? Is that what you would be going back for? Are you displeased with your current position as a librarian? What do you want your occupational future to look like? Or is that perhaps something you don't deem important, as long as you will have the ability to keep learning about and researching topics you do have an interest in. I suppose I am asking this because it's a battle I myself am trying to fight my way through as well. Sure, I'm envious of the people to whom all of this seems to come so easily, even evidently. Then again, who is to say that it does? We see what we want to see, after all. And I know for a fact that many people would rather have had the ability to be passionate about something the way you are, for example. Oh well, getting a bit off track here, as one does. Very recognizable. All that being said, kind regards, until next time. Thank you, Eponym. See you next time. First of all, yes, I would be going back for history. It is very much my resolution to go back and finally get that history degree. But it would be purely out of interest. Well, not purely. It would be out of interest because history is very interesting, it's awesome. Have you seen my channel? And to be quite honest, it would also just be to prove to myself that I can do that. It wouldn't be because I think it would help to get a job. It might, especially if I do end up finding a job in library, it would probably help. It wouldn't be because it would give me that much of a better chance to get a job. That said, you did hear me say if I would happen to get a job in library. That's because I don't actually have a job in library right now. I did study library stuff, I have a degree in it, and I would love to work there. Getting a job in a library turns out to be very, very difficult. A lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Which is why at the moment I am studying, not history, but I am studying programming. Because that should give me a better chance to get a job. And I would much prefer to get a job in a library, to maybe be a writer, do this even for a living. But that's very difficult, and I think it would be irresponsible to make that the goal, or the immediate goal. Which is why I am very happy to have finally started this, because this channel is giving me an enormous opportunity to keep learning and to talk about topics that I'm interested in. And that does fill that need for creativity and for learning in a way that programming couldn't. I do find programming interesting and I do like it. And I can't see myself doing it. So this is actually a super important part of my life right now. So my occupational future would probably be something in programming, maybe building websites or something, or working with databases. Perhaps in a library. It would be that, but definitely also just doing this. So yeah, I was preparing to get back to college. Basically, I'm not really preparing for it right now. I have the books, I should probably read them, but I don't have any specific plans in the immediate future to go back to college. It is at the moment a resolution. So, Eponym, I hope that was a satisfying answer to your question. Let's get to that other question. Someone called Olga Medzir, which I'm probably mispronouncing. Olga says, "Hi Simon, glad you're doing this Q&A. I feel as if it has come at a perfect time for me, as I'm currently struggling with some mental doubt about myself and then choices I've made. Anyway, that's a different topic. I stumbled upon your channel and have always enjoyed your content ever since. Thank you. But one thing that I've been curious about is, do you enjoy your current place in your life? In Belgium, have you any desire to leave, even temporarily, to explore other countries, if you have not already? Or do you want to experience more before you really decide what it is you want to make of yourself? Or do you even want to make yourself some sort of official being? Thanks for the always entertaining content. I can't wait for the future of both you and your channel. Thank you, Olga. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what you mean with some sort of official being. If you mean like making this channel into a bigger channel and growing it into something that I can live off of, I would love to. But that very much depends on the audience and if people like what I do. So if this becomes something that I can live off of, it's gonna be a while. Also, if I'm honest, I'm not 100% sure that I want that, because that would come with a lot of administration and probably taxes and rules and such that I'm kind of terrified to get into. So I'm not sure that's something that I should try. But if it could be something that I can live off of, if this could be something that I could do full time for a living, that would be awesome. So I guess eventually maybe. I currently have no real desire to leave or any opportunity with the whole, But if I were to leave Belgium and go live somewhere else, even temporarily, it would probably be either the UK or it would be Italy, maybe Florence or Rome. I have been learning Italian. I've even done a video in Italian. I'll leave a link where links are left. I just don't really have a need to leave right now. I feel quite good where I am. Also, all my family and friends are here, but I do also like exploring. I love meeting people from other cultures and learning from them and, socializing with them. I have in the past done a couple of work camps. The second one was in Ireland. It was called Glebe House. I advise you to look it up. It's doing amazing things for the peace between Catholics and Protestants, and it's just awesome. And that combined with the whole multicultural aspect of the work camp, that's just an awesome experience, really. I would really like to do it again, or just go to other countries as a tourist, I guess. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing that when we can. But I kind of doubt that I'll move to another country, but we'll see. That's about all I can say about your question right now, Olga. I think that's all I can say. I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching it, for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, I would very much appreciate it if you did. This was, you've probably noticed, not so much a nerdy video. Most of my videos are. If you want to see what I usually do, my channel's right there. And just like that, I'm kind of rolling into the YouTube thing. So, welcome to the end screen. What do you think of the end screen? What do you think of the channel? What are topics you'd like to see me cover? Let me know all that down below. And let's go for at least another year. Let's get to 200 subscribers by then. How about that? Is that gonna work out? I haven't got a clue. We'll see. How long would it take to get to 1,000 subscribers by 89 a year? Let's make this a little nerdy anyway. Part of me wants to write some JavaScript to just solve this for me. The other half wants to do it manually. You know what? Homework. Calculate, or give me the code to calculate how long it should take to get to 1,000 subscribers by 89 a year. That should be interesting. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the entire year. And I hope you will enjoy what I do in the future. Please stick around. Thanks for watching.